Good email always has a definite purpose. When you want to write an email, think for a moment and ask yourself, why am I sending this email? If you cannot answer this question, then you should not send an email. You should always be aware of your destination before planning for a trip. So a solid knowledge of why you are composing an email or a business letter will guide and concentrate you through the whole process. This video can help cut aside unwanted ideas, permitting you to create communications that are short, obvious, and on point. The good email writing is a two-way process. That is, it includes short-term and long-term goals. When crafting an email, begin by thinking of an action you need the reader to take immediately. This would be your short-term goal. Make sure that the action request ends up being in your first or second sentence. The long-term goal would be instructions indicating an action for a larger purpose. Let's check out how this functions by editing an example email. In this example letter, the person wants to apply as a content writer at a company which is into legal process outsourcing. The first draft of the letter is correct in grammar and form, but isn't good since it does not help the writer reach his goals. Therefore, let's make it better. It begins with a personal intro that leaves the recipient thinking exactly why the article sender is writing. It says, "Let me introduce myself. I am Sanjay Bhosle. I am currently working at XYZ Outsourcing Limited as a content writer, where I impart my duties to my best abilities. I have attached my resume." At this stage, from the writer's perspective, the reason is apparent: to apply for a job. However, the recipient might obtain hundreds of such email messages a day. Don't make the reader to work to determine why you are writing. Inform them immediately. Be explicit and include relevant points. Here is an example. I am Sanjay Bhosle. I am currently working at XYZ Outsourcing Limited as a content writer. I am responding to your job listing in the local newspaper for senior content writer post. I have attached my resume. In the second paragraph, writer introduces a whole lot of ideas that will probably confuse or bore the reader. And none of this actually helps the writer to attain his goals. Therefore, delete them. But there is one component that matters. The sender says he will not be available before 23rd of August. Now, that is an important point from the reader's perspective. Therefore, let's include this as well. Now the letter is way better, but it still lacks something vital. The writer did not tell what the reader must do next. There is no mention of immediate action, so let's add one in. Please revert back to set up a time to talk by phone. I look forward to hearing from you. If that is a content, then it's very clear that the reader should simply hit respond. If you stay centered on these exact things, you will write letters that are simpler to go through and understand, resulting in a better potential for positive responses.